So like a custom clip art, but without actually having to do the custom clip art. So we're going to hit copy. And then immediately right after that, we're going to hit paste.
Where's copy?
So up here at the top, on top left, you'll have the drop-down menu. You'll have cut, copy, paste, clear, deselect, and inverse. And you're going to hit the copy icon. So copy, and then paste. And so now we've pasted what we copied directly on top of where it was. And now we're going to get a little trivia. So if we move this over, just like that. And then hit done. We've moved her whole face over. And actually, I didn't get everything that was black in there, so I'm going to do that again. So make sure that you get some black in there on the side. Okay. So then copy, paste, and then move it over. And then we're just going to do that a few times. I'm going to let you guys sort of do this however you want. So we're going to select maybe down here, your mouth, and go up here to copy, to paste, and move that over too. So we're turning her into sort of a puzzle that we can fit back together however we want. Again, you can use blending modes here just like you could on anything else that you're adding to a photo. It's done. Let's do it maybe 1 or 2 more times. The nose a little bit. Go here. Again, up at the top, copy, paste, move this one to the side. So it's like a little bit creepy, but really cool. If you wanted to, you could go, so let's hit done on this one. You guys can edit this however much you want. If we go into effect, let's say we wanted to add the Dodger effect here, which gives a little bit of a blue undertone. So our brush tools live in most parts of our app. So when you add a filter, you can automatically erase or re-add bits of that filter back to your photo. So if I wanted this to look even more like a jigsaw, I could erase just this top one right away. And so you were asking about the eye and the color. You could do this with our black and white filter as well, and then just erase the parts around it or just add the black and white to the eye, which is in the booklet on, I think, the last page. And then we can do it again. And then we can do it again down here. Super nice. Decided that I probably don't like that. So I'll hit done and then back. Cool. And then you guys like all on board right now? Cool. We'll hit share. We'll share to Pixar. You guys know what we're going to say? Hey. Hashtag SMW Chicago. Dot, dot, dot. Again. And then maybe a winky face. Yeah. Again? Oh, I spelled again wrong. Oh, that's tragic. That's okay. All right. So we're going to X out of this image, go right back to the min box. And really quickly, I'm going to show you 2 more edits. I'm going to show you the clone tool, and I'm also going to show you how people are drawing on their photos. So that's what I'll show you right now. So this photo was taken by this woman who took a plane trip to Africa. She shared a story from her vacation. Really cool. Really helped me at least connect to this piece and make it something kind of personal. So we're going to go into edit. Again, wait for it to download. And this time, we're going to open up our drawing suite. I'm not going to get too into our drawing suite today, because is anyone here like a professional painter? Yeah. Oh, are you really? Okay. No, that's cool.
I think so,
yeah, that's awesome. I am not. So we're going to do some pretty crude drawing stuff right now. But if you scroll over the bottom bar, you'll see draw right next to mask and text. You guys can play with the text tools on your own. It works just like anything else you'd imagine if you needed to create posters for you guys, or like social media banners or Facebook cover photos. So open up Draw. And now we're in our drawing suite. And the cool thing about our drawing suite is that it has layers, which means that you can edit blank layers on top of other layers. So if I doodle here, do my thing, you'll see that it shows up right there on that blank layer. If I wanted to hide it, I could. If I wanted to mess with its opacity, I could. And you can edit each layer individually, just like you would expect to on more powerful photo editing software on your computer that you're used to. So I probably don't want to do that. That's not my super cool edit for you guys. Instead, let's pick a color. We're going to draw some jellyfish in the sky. I live near Monterey Bay Aquarium. I love the jellyfish, and it's the only thing I know how to draw. So we're going to go, let's select like a teal color, a little bit of aqua. You can go here and you can select, or in our brush tools, which is right here, right next to the color chooser. You can do all these different brushes. So we have a splatter brush, which I actually think is really fun. Oops. Trash that layer, create a new one, new layer. Which I actually think is really cool, which does like that, whatever. But what we want is just a normal brush. You can mess with the hardness and the opacity and the size of the brush here as well. And you can always edit it while you're editing on the same layer too. Switch back and forth. Go ahead and we'll create, oh, probably not that. Create this. And create some jellies. Did you guys ever know that you could draw jellyfish before? Is this the first jellyfish you've ever drawn?
I don't count this as a jellyfish.
I didn't either. It's cool. Oops. So yeah, again, you can always use our back and redo buttons up here whenever you need to. You'll probably need to a lot if you're anything like me. So, see. Edit. And then what we're going to do, we have 3 jellyfish right now. We're going to open up our layers again, which is in the bottom right. It looks like layers or stacks. And we're going to bring the opacity down. So this is a really common technique that people use when they're sketching on a Wooboo tablet or one of those tablet things that you see your graphic designer use but have no idea how to use. A lot of times what he'll do is he'll sketch something, lower the opacity, draw on top of it, and then delete the previous layer that looks a little bit rougher. We're actually going to keep this layer to give it a more like aquatic feel, but this is a really popular tool that sketchers use all the time. So up here, you'll see that we have the plus sign, which will allow you to add another layer, which is what we want to do now. So add a layer. You can add an empty layer on iOS or a camera layer. So if you felt really inspired, you could use your camera at any time to take a photo and add it straight to your drawing, which is really cool. We're going to add an empty layer. You still with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard a how can I, that's why I asked.
Well, I don't have that little one. Where is it? I'm with you.
You have great friends. Very supportive. All right, so now we're going to go back to, let's use the white brush this time. Opacity, let's bring that back up to 100. Great, ready, set. And then we'll draw on top. Cool. And then if you ever wanted to mess with the opacity of each layer, you could bring up this to 100. You could bring it down to 0 to make it disappear. You could see it without that layer if you wanted to. Bring it up. So I'm happy with this. This is about the extent of my drawing abilities. Towards the end, I'll show you guys some really cool drawings that people do better at. People more talented than me. So we'll hit save. And then one last thing that I want to do to this photo is, I think it could be just a little bit more dramatic, so we'll go into effects. I didn't mean to do this, but when I said add it, make it a little more dramatic, we're going to add the drama effect. Yeah. So that makes the sky a little bit darker and helps the jellies sort of pop out there. We'll hit apply, looks great, done, and then we'll share. Okay. All right, I'm getting lazy at this point, so I'm just going to say SFW Chicago, and done. Cool. All right, so the last edit we're going to do is this photo. You guys back to my Bitbox now? Cool, great work. All right, So this is my boss, Megan. She's having a great time at work. We have impromptu photo shoots all the time. So again, we're going to open it up in our editor. As I get closer to my phone, it's hotspotting me right now. All right, so it's in the editor. And what we're going to do with this photo is I'm actually going to make 2 more of her. So they're going to be 3 bosses, 3 Megans, sitting on this couch together. And it's going to look indistinguishable. You won't be able to tell which one is which. So first thing we want to do is go to Tool. And we want to level out the sofa a little bit. So we're going to go to Crop. And when we go to Crop, we can edit and adjust and rotate it however we need to. So I'm going to do my best to make sure that that sofa is flat. And you guys can like cheat off the screen to see the right angle to do it at. Let's say 1.38 is good. 1.38 degrees. And just use the slider with your thumb. Hit done. Great. So we're going to go back to Tool. And this time we're going to use the Clone tool, which is the stamp, which is right under Shape Crop, next to Motion, right here. Yeah, you guys see it? We're going to hit Clone. And then you'll be able to drag around this white circle. And when you let it go, it's going to turn blue. And when it's blue, it means that's what you're copying. So wherever I put my finger next, what's in the blue circle will be copied to where my thumb is. So if I didn't like Megan, which I do, she's great, I could just like erase her out of the photo, which is super mean. We're actually going to make more of her. So I can do that. And anytime you need to move what you're going to copy to where you're going to copy it, you're going to hit this little target up here on the top. Go like right here. So we're going to copy her, so we're going to put it on her head. And again, when we let go, it's going to be blue. And so this time we're going to paint her right next to herself. I went a little bit high. Remember, you can always undo. Oh man, keep going high. All right. Still high. Once, I'm going to get it this time. There, well, almost. And so now you can just paint her into the scene. Just like that. Do you guys follow? Oh no. All right, so let's take a step back. Step 1, hit the target in the top. You have a white circle. Drag the white circle to the top of her head. And then let it go. So now you have a blue circle, right? And then right next to her, sitting on the sofa, you're going to put your finger down and just draw. And don't bring your finger up. I heard it's so cool. Did you get it? Cool. Yeah, right? What's up?
How does the program know to take movement rather than the hand or the partial?
So as I drag my finger around, it actually, where the blue circle is, where I'm copying from, moves along with me.
So are you outlining the
Yeah, so I'll do another one, and I'll show you. So hit the, drew back to her head, let go, now it's a blue circle. And then instead of watching the white circle, watch the blue circle. So the blue circle will move along with my thumb. See? And so the reason that's actually really helpful is that you don't just copy from one part and make it look blank and weird. Everything is like a slight gradient, unless you put like a super high contrast filter on it. So it's cool to have that follow. A lot of times you'll have to go back up if you're doing smaller edits. You can do like little micro movements. So I don't have my finger up yet. And then there we go. 3 Megans sitting on a couch together. Again, not my best work, but we're moving quickly today. We'll go into effect. And then a lot of times you have like sort of imperfect edits. Going into a black and white filter will help ease out some of those gradients that we talked about just now to make it look a little bit clearer. Done. We'll share. And we'll just say, it's actually really nice of you guys You said, hi, Megan. She'll love that. Great. All right, so those are all the edits we're going to do today. I'm going to show you just a few more things that were created by our community. Once I find my mouse. Before we finish up. So this guy used the draw on feature that we used earlier to create these like cool lines. He's creating something on his own. This person just used her drawing suite. She's actually autistic, and she uses her account called My Autistic Mind to express herself. And so she painted this image to show how she feels every day, which is fragmented and crazy and a little bit, harsh as she processes all the things around her. This person used the Add Photo tool on a macro photo of an eye. This was created entirely in our drawing suite using layers. You can see where they sort of erased here using our eraser tool and then added parts of it back. They probably used some blending modes too. And then fine pencil here. This is my favorite draw-on photo. I'm obsessed with it. He drew a whale coming out of the sky. The selection crop image that we were doing earlier, you can use in really, really creative ways. So this person put all sorts of different images back together to create this girl who may or may not be the same person, probably isn't. Some people get really creative with our collage tools as well. Collages aren't just for birthday parties or bachelorette parties. I mean, they mostly are, but so I think that one's really cute. Here's one of actually using custom clip art. So this person used the selection tool that we were using earlier, except they used the brush to take this photo of the model. Went really carefully, actually. Made sure that he got all the right parts, and then added her so that she looks like she's levitating. Or about to hit the ground, however you see it. This person used a lot of different tools. They used the custom clip art option. They drew. They added a paper texture effect on top of it. And they added it all together into this really surreal photo. And then last but not least, this person used our mirroring tool to create this photo of a horned animal, buck, I guess, standing in the water. Because the way that I think about this photo is that she saw the reflection more clearly than it actually was in the photo. So she used the mirroring tool to go in and make it look that way. So if you guys wanted to continue with Pixar, when you leave here and keep editing it and become part of our community, sort of here are the parts that we do in-app to make sure that you have a good time. So we have weekly contests every day, or every week rather. We have a drawing project, a photo project, or an art project. And then we also have a new free-to-edit contest as well. We have a daily inspiration, which is every day you open the app, we have a new hashtag of the day. And this will teach you a new technique, photo technique or editing technique, and how to use it. So you can see the clone tool. Sometimes just sunset. Other times it's mirrored, which is another one of our tools. And so every day when you open the app, you can say, okay, I want to do something. What should I do? And it'll be there right there at the top for you. All of our daily inspirations are something that you can see anywhere. Today's is ankles, for instance. And in Chicago, there are a lot of those. Willis Tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Ooh, okay. Lots of people from Chicago. All right. And then on top of that, we're heavily curated in our Explore feed. So we have Pixar Picks, which are the best photos of the day. All of our content on our Explore page is featured and has a person who goes through and selects it. It's not algorithm based of like how many likes it gets or anything. We really want to focus on inspiring photos, which doesn't always mean the best quality photos. Sometimes it could be someone that had a great idea but did a little bit of everything. And additionally, we also curate tons of artists for you as well to follow in our artist tab. And then we also have featured artists who we bring in every day or every few weeks, and then guest curators. So every week we have a new guest curator from outside of our network that comes in, talks about their style, and selects the photos within the Pixar community that they feel really attached to. That's a great form of inspiration as well. And so you can actually go see more of our art. We're set up right next to the co-working space. This was taken yesterday. It's a little bit more lively today with people on their laptops. We call that lively. Sitting down next to it. So you can actually go read Autistic Mind's story. She's there. And some more stuff as well. And then I wanted to leave the last like 5 minutes that we have for any questions that you guys might have about how to use this in your work, how we got to where we are, or anything like that. Or if you like missed a step earlier, I can help too. Any questions? Yeah. So if you have Windows, because of Windows 10, all the apps are the same now. So I actually use Pixar all the time on my Windows. That's fine.
So you can do something on your iPhone, save it to your account, and then open it up on Windows.
Yep. It's the same app. It would just be like using a different iPhone. If you use something on your iPhone, you saved it, and you want to edit it later, you just go into another iPhone, log into your account.
No, I mean, if you do something on your iPhone, can you open it from your phone?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I mean, explain that weirdly. Yeah, it works the exact same way. Anything else? Cool. Well,
What about the best screen on your phone? I feel like sometimes you have a good protected screen, which makes it hard to edit things on it. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I do, and these are my personal opinions. I don't use a screen protector. I don't use a case on my phones. I think that phones are really expensive, and I don't like to cover them in cheap plastic. Additionally, screen protectors can sort of mess around with stencils, especially, or give you the wrong sensation when you're using your finger. So be too slippery or even too firm. So I don't like to use them. People do, and they get by fine, but my personal preference is to.
So the spectrum of bad screens would be a rollover kind of touch screen, and then you work with like an OtterBox.
Yeah.
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 You don't need to get the.
If anyone can create something awesome using Pixar while using an OtterBox, please email me at Carter@Pixar. Are you serious? Are you on an OtterBox right now? All right, email me at Carter@Pixar.com. We'll be best friends. All right, cool. So I'll let you guys go. You can come talk to me afterwards if you have any more questions. And then find me an app, mention me, and we'll make sure that we help you do cool edits. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.